grab your drink, grab a snack, grab your dinner, whatever you have, because tonight we're gonna get some really good facts and tips out there. Tonight, I wanted to talk to you guys about how I am balancing everything going on in my life right now. Prepping for a competition, bodybuilding competition. I'm starting my own business. I'm working for almost 5 other businesses. I have a boyfriend, I have a life, I have passions, I have all these different things, and it's like, how the frick do you fit them all into your day? These tips have seriously helped me, and I guarantee they will help you too. The very first tip I want to give you guys for finding a good work-life balance is to actually do work that you love and that you enjoy. Because trust me, I have worked in probably over 20 different places, and I never loved it. I never enjoyed it, and by the time work ended, I just wanted to come home and do nothing. Literally, the things I used to love were not enjoyable anymore. So if you're sitting there listening to this and you're working at a corporate company and you're going 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever your hours are, and you're finding yourself extremely unmotivated when you come back home, then sit down and really think to yourself, what could I be doing to make this enjoyable? Or how could I make this something I love? And if you really truly can't find at least just 1 to 2 things within that job you have that will make you really, really happy and make you really love it, then I think it's really time to sit down and make a decision for yourself, because it's mentally and physically gonna drain you if you're not loving it and if you're not happy. And you wanna be able to have a normal life still. I've been there, I've worked so many places, I know how it feels to not love what you're doing, to lose motivation for your day, but I promise you, if you just sit down with yourself in silence and write down exactly what your dream path and your dream career is, and if you just find an opportunity and go for it and work towards it, it's, oh my gosh, life-changing, and you will find the balance. It'll just happen, it'll come with it. However, I'm gonna give you my other tips in case you can't, quit your job, because it's kind of a big move. My second tip is one that I have been doing for a very long time. Thanks to Target for giving me all those cool planners, because they've saved my life. So number 2, plan everything. Literally, I'm pulling this up because this right here has been my life. I leave this on my desk. I sometimes hang it up. I just carry it around with me. And I love that it's big because the squares can fit however many things I need to put on my calendar. I also have another planner over there and another one on the other side of this room. So I plan everything. I literally cannot go a week without at least writing down a to-do list with what I have to do with work. But the whole point of this work-life balance thing is I don't just write what I have to do for work. I write exactly when I'm gonna be working out that day, when I'm gonna be eating that day, because prepping is something I'm trying to balance with my work life and my personal life. So writing exactly what I'm doing for my fitness part of my life, but also writing down what I'm doing for fun, like with my boyfriend, or if my family's coming to visit, or if I'm going to visit my family. I write it all down, including the hour, including everything. Number 3, and this one also kind of goes with planning, but it is to set goals. Sometimes I just have all these ideas rush through my mind, like all these ideas, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to just do it all right now. And if you don't have a whole lot of ideas coming through your head, then this will also help. But setting goals it's amazing what can happen when you actually just write it down, and when you actually just think about it. It's amazing how your subconscious and the energy around you will just attract it. Every single week I will set a goal for that week, and I will either say, like, I am going to finish every single rep of this exercise, or this week my goal is to be way more grateful for the little things I have in my life, or this week my goal is to get at least 3 chapters into the book I'm reading. Writing goals, but not just writing them, actually prioritizing them. Because I could write something like, my goal is to get a puppy next year, and my goal is to read 2 chapters within the next month, which is not that many. But prioritize them. Say, okay, getting a puppy is a little bit lower on my priority list, but it is still a goal of mine. Actually number like my goals from like 1 to 5, 1 to 10, however many I have that specific week or that specific month. I just always make sure to get to my goals and to write them down and to look at them and to say them and to see them. and it's amazing what can happen. So definitely write them down. Number 4 is to set rewards for yourself. So trust me, I have been there. I used to be that girl who was like, you know what, I had a long day at work. I had a long, really good workout. I deserve to go to Forever 21, H&M. I deserve to go and get myself a new pair of leggings. Trust me, I used to be that girl. I used to be the one who was like, I dedicated this day, so I'm gonna go do it. But that's not really how rewards work, and this is what I completely transformed into my life, and it has extremely helped me, is I set those goals, I look at them, and I'm like, okay, when I get this, I will spend this amount of money and reward myself with this, because this is what I wanted for so long. I always set rewards. I always do this too with my fitness routine, because I'm like, I know that if I go into the gym and I listen to my mind and I listen to how my mind wants to give up and it feels tired and it wants to be weak, I don't listen to it. I shut it off, because I know that the reward at the end of this is going to be something that I have envisioned and something that I've worked so hard for. But also along the way, I will reward myself with a delicious refeed meal. And I'm gonna reward myself with a new pair of leggings because I look freaking fantastic. The trick with rewards is really just setting a timeline. I would say up to 2 to 3 rewards a month, and these are good rewards, not something like a McFlurry. Like, these are good rewards. So set rewards and set the timeline of when you're gonna achieve your goal and when you're gonna reward yourself. If you set your rewards along with your goals, I promise you that your work and your life and the balance of your finances and your health and your emotions and everything is gonna settle down, and it'll be a beautiful, beautiful thing. Number 5. This is one that I definitely adopted pretty recently, but this is to multitask. And I know not everyone's skilled with multitasking. It can be pretty hard. But the one thing I do is I always sorry, be mature here. The one thing I always do is listen to things while I'm working. So I'll listen to a podcast. I'm constantly learning. There's no limit to what you can listen to and what you can learn. And honestly, listening to a podcast when you're driving, when you're working, when you're at work with your headphones, it's so simple to do, and it'll really help you balance the work you're working on, but also the life that you want to live and the life that you are living, and it's just an amazing thing as well. Okay, number 6, and I promise we are almost done, and if you're still here, definitely please subscribe, because that would mean the world to me. But number 6 is to not ignore other passions in your life, and this can be really, really hard if you're super busy at work, you come home, you had to go to the gym too, and you come home and it's already like 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I have to make dinner, I have to shower, I have to do all these things. But what I'm trying to say is, don't ignore your other passions, because tying back to the very first one, doing work you love is going to find you that work-life balance, because it won't feel like work, it'll feel like your life, and you'll be happy. But in order to get that type of life and to love what you're doing, is that you have to really hone in on your passions. And even if you don't turn one of these passions into your life path or your career, having a passion to just kind of go towards, if you're like dead tired of work, you're dead tired of all these different things in your life, having one passion to just focus on and to take your mind off of other things, I think is really, really helpful in terms of balancing a beautiful and wonderful life that isn't just so obsessed with what you're trying to achieve. For example, some of my passions that I don't really share with others because it's not that great at it, but is drawing and painting and going plant shopping, like little things like that. Definitely don't ignore your passions, because that passion could turn into something way bigger than you could even imagine. So whatever your passion is, definitely try and think a little more deeper about it and definitely pursue it. I left the last one last on purpose because it's not the best one, but it has really helped me, and this is probably one of the reasons I am able to stop working around 4:30, 4 o'clock, sometimes 3:30, but this is because I work on the weekends. I don't work straight up 8 hours on the weekends, but I do dedicate 2 to 3 hours Saturday and Sunday, or just one of those days depending on how the previous week went, to work. So I kind of just switched my mind, and I used to view weekends as my like freedom, my party time. This is the time that I get to like relax, to shut my mind off. But once I switched that and I started doing what I loved and diving deeper into my passions and just enjoying life and being more grateful, just like all the other things I have stated. But once I started to just view weekends as just another day of this beautiful life that we're living, another day that I can work to get closer to the dream life I want. Once I changed my mindset and viewed weekends that way, it was like life like literally kind of did a flip. So I'm like, oh my God, like I don't have to wait for these 2 days to de-stress, to shut my mind off, because these 2 days could be the best working days of my life because I am a little bit more relaxed. I know that I don't have to do this, but I'm doing it because I love it. It's honestly crazy how when you're doing what you love, you really don't mind working on the weekend. So weekends are just a couple extra hours and days and things that you can use to reach that dream life. So definitely consider doing that because it has allowed me to have so much more balance and more time on the weekdays along with the weekends. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will definitely be making a little bit more to talk about how to be productive during the day and just work and life and everything in general. So please subscribe and like if you liked it, and I will see you guys next time.